Hi guys, this is Andy the Gun Guy, and I'm about to expose the Democrats' 2020 campaign for gun control and show you how absolutely insane and crazy it is. Take a look.
The issue of guns and
ban the sale, and we ban the sale,
what you buy
distribution.
We can take the most dangerous weapons.
I will require the ATF to take the licenses of gun dealers.
No gun should be able to be sold unless your biometric measure could pull that trigger.
Assault weapons are weapons
you leave
from the military.
I will take executive action.
Our enemy is the gun manufacturers.
That there are weapons that have absolutely no place in American cities or neighborhoods in peacetime.
The first guy who talked about gun control is Eric Swalwell, who's been a congressman in California for the last 6 years. Take a look what he had to say about the Second Amendment and what he's going to do if he becomes president.
I'm the only candidate on this stage calling for a ban and buyback of every single assault weapon in America.
A mandatory buyback?
Listen, I'm not selling you my gun.
And you know what? Neither are the rest of the AR-15 owners out there. That's why we own AR-15. Because the Founding Fathers knew that we may need firearms to prevent America from forcing us to give up our rights or our property.
I'll approach this issue as a prosecutor. I'll approach it as the only person on this stage who has voted and passed background checks.
What?
But also as a parent of a generation who sends our children to school where we look at what they're wearing so we can remember it in case we have to identify them later.
This is the problem with the left way of thinking. They don't listen to facts and statistics. Here's the fact, Mr. What's his name? Here's the fact, dude. If you actually take a look at the statistics of the last 3 years, more kids have been killed by heat stroke, head injury, and other injuries related to football than they have been killed by gun violence in school. Second, California's not one to talk. I actually took the time to download the FBI crime statistics to look at the murder rate in different states, and here's what I found. This graph shows that your state, California, has the most gun violence in all of the United States, even more than Illinois, New York City, Chicago. On to wacko that doesn't know anything about guns, number 2.
We have a gun crisis right now. 40,000 people a year are getting killed.
What the gun grabbers like to do is they like to take this number, 40,000, and say it's an epidemic. People are losing their lives at a colossal rate in America. Let's break that number down. Every year, 60% of firearm-related fatalities are caused by suicide. This is not a problem with a firearm. This is a problem with mental health. We have to take that number, 40,000, and remove 60%. We're left with 16,000 people every year killed by firearm. Now, the FBI's number of firearm fatalities in 2017 was not 16,000, it was more like 11,000. But what Crazy Bernie is not telling you is that even the leftist Democrats understand that firearms are used 1.5 million times every single year to defend human life. And that number isn't coming from some Fox News poll, as they would say. It's coming directly from a Clinton research group.
I have a D- voting record from the NRA.
Well, that's something to brag about.
And I believe that what we need is comprehensive gun legislation that, among other things, provides universal background. We end the gun show loophole. We end the straw man provision.
So it actually took me quite a long time to figure out what Bernie's talking about here. What Bernie means is that he wants to make it a crime for any person to purchase a firearm for a felon so that the felon doesn't have to make a background check. It's already a crime, Bernie. Gun stores like me are trained and trained our staff employees in what to look for to make sure that we do not believe that a straw purchase is occurring.
Assault weapons are weapons from the military, and that they should not be on the streets of America.
What military, Bernie? There has never been any AR-15 issued to any soldier in any military on this planet, period. On to crazy anti-gun person number 3.
I will take executive action, and I will put in place the most comprehensive background check policy we've had. I will require the ATF to take the licenses of gun dealers who violate the law, and I will ban by executive order the importation of assault weapons.
The ignorance is absolutely outstanding. If any federal firearms license dealer violates the law, they not only lose their license right now, they'll also go to jail.
We should have smart guns. No gun should be able to be sold unless your biometric measure could pull that trigger. It's within our right to do that. We can do that. Our enemy is the gun manufacturers.
This is flawed thinking. Our enemy is evil. And people that want to do evil things to our families and want to hurt us and harm us, that's what our enemy is. Now, here's the truth about AR-15. All of these Democrats are looking at the AR-15 or the assault weapon as if it's the problem. In 2017, the FBI shows that only 403 people were killed with any sort of rifle whatsoever. A much smaller percentage of that was actually an AR-15. 7,032 people were killed with handguns. So if they were really about protecting lives, they wouldn't be so upset about the assault rifle. They'd be upset about handguns because they kill 1,644% more people every year than long guns do. Guys, this is Andy the Gun Guy with Florida Gun Supply. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, subscribe, and comment below. My message is to get armed, get trained, carry daily, and long live the Republic.